Hello everyone, this is our 26th lecture. This lecture is based on types of circuit breaker. We have high voltage circuit breakers and a low voltage circuit breaker. In low voltage circuit breaker we have MCB, MCCBs, that means miniature circuit breakers, and molded case circuit breakers and fuses. In this lecture we will see about high voltage circuit breakers. In high voltage circuit breaker we have 5 different types of circuit breaker based on the arc extinction medium we are using. We have air circuit breaker, air blast circuit breaker, oil circuit breaker, sulfur hexafluoride circuit breaker, vacuum circuit breaker. In ACB we are using air as arc quenching medium. In ABCB pressurized air is used. In OCB transformer oil. In SF6 gas is used, while in vacuum is used for arc extinction. We have different types of circuit breaker: arc quenching medium and voltage range and breaking capacity. As I told, miniature circuit breaker, air is used at atmospheric pressure. It is used for 400 to 600 volt for small current rating. Now in this lecture we will see about air brake circuit breaker and air blast circuit breaker. Air brake circuit breaker, arc quenching medium is air at atmospheric pressure. It is used for 400 volt to 11 kV. While air blast circuit breaker is used in this compressed air at high pressure near about 20 to 30 kg per centimeter square is used as arc quenching medium. It is used for voltage rating from 66 kV to 1100 kV. Okay. Now in this lecture we will see about ACB and ABCB. To start with, air brake circuit breaker. The ACB is used for low voltage to medium voltage distribution system. The process of arc interruption in ACB is achieved by natural deionization of the arc or by cooling action. The elongation of the arc and its cooling increases the resistance of the arc at time of short circuit interruption. As the energy dissipated in the arc is very high, that's why we are not using ACBs for high voltage application. We are using up to 11 or 12 kV. Okay. It is used only for low and medium power AC as well as DC applications. Different methods are used to increase the effective resistance of an arc in an ACB. Now we will see working principle of ACB. The working principle of this circuit breaker is different than other types of circuit breaker. The main aim of all kind of circuit breaker is to prevent a re-establishment of arcing after post zero by creating a situation where in the contact gap will withstand the system recovery voltage. The air circuit breaker does the same but in different manner. For interrupting the arc, it creates an arc voltage in excess of the supply voltage. What is this arc voltage? Arc voltage is defined as minimum voltage required for maintaining the arc. And in ACB, we are increasing this arc voltage by lengthening, by cooling and the splitting. We are using 3 different ways, that is lengthening the arc, cooling the arc and splitting the arc. Okay, we will see. In first, it may increase the arc voltage by cooling the arc plasma. As the temperature of the arc plasma is decreased, the mobility of the particle in an arc plasma is reduced. And hence more voltage gradient is required to maintain the arc. As this more voltage gradient is not it is insufficient, so arc get extinguished. Okay, because this by increasing the resistance we are cooling the arc. So we are cooling the arc means the arc plasma is arc current is less, so mobility of particle is reduced. So we require more voltage gradient across the contacts of the circuit breaker to maintain the arc, but that is not there. Okay, so that's why arc get extinguished. In the second, it may increase the arc voltage by lengthening the arc path. As the length of arc path is increased, the resistance of arc path is increased, and hence to maintain the same arc current more voltage is required to be supplied, and that is not there. So arc get extinguished. That means again arc voltage is increased. We are increasing the arc voltage by lengthening, cooling, and third one is splitting. Splitting up the arc into number of series arc also increases the arc voltage, and that voltage gradient is insufficient in between the two contacts of the circuit breaker, so arc get extinguished either by natural air or by pressurized air. The first objective is usually achieved by forcing the arc into contact with as large an area as possible of insulating material. Every ACB, air circuit breaker, is fitted with a chamber surrounding this is contact. This is completely fitted with a chamber surrounding this contact. This chamber is called as arc chute. The arc is driven, this is like this, contacts and complete air chamber. The arc, this is one arc chute. Okay, when contacts start separating, this will like this. Now arc will go like this. Okay, the arc is driven into it if inside of the arc chute is suitably shaped, and if the arc can conform to the shape, the arc chute wall will help to achieve cooling. This type of arc chute should be made from some kind of refractory material. The second objective of this lengthening the arc path is achieved concurrently with the first objective. That means we are cooling the arc, we are arc chute, we are getting path like this. So here arc path length get increased. We are different splitters. Okay, this is one arc chute, second, third. Arc start from here, it will go like this. So it will take a serpentine shape. If the inner walls of the arc chute is shaped in such a way that arc is not only forced into close proximity with it, but also driven into a serpentine channel projected on the arc chute wall, the lengthening of the arc path increases as this will increase the arc resistance. The third objective is achieved by using metal arc splitter inside the arc chute. The main arc chute is divided into number of small compartments by using metallic separation plates. In this, we have different metallic separation plate. Also, arc get lengthen. These are also called as splitters. These metallic separation plates are actually the arc splitters, and each of the small compartments behaves as individual mini arc chute. In this system, the initial arc is split into number of series arc, each of which will have its own mini arc chute. Like this, our arc get lengthened, our arc get quenched by three ways: lengthening the arc, cooling the arc, and splitting the arc. This is our ACB. In this, first contacts are closed. These are main contact. One indicates main contact, second indicates arcing contacts, third indicate arc. This third, it is showing in upward direction. It is arc riffling in the direction of the arrow. This arc is moving in up direction, in upward direction, due to electromagnetic and thermal effect. It tries to go up. Fourth one is arc splitter. Fifth one is current carrying channels, terminals. Sixth is arc runners, arc getting. This is sixth one is arc runners, arc getting split. Okay, here as it goes up, here it is serpentine shaped, so arc get split. Lengthening the arc, while lengthening the arc, it cools the arc and it get splitted. Okay. This is working principle of air circuit breaker. We have air splitter type air brake circuit breaker, arc splitter. We have arc splitter type air brake circuit breaker. This here steel splitter plates are used. Okay. We have magnetic blowout type air brake circuit breaker. Magnetic blowout type circuit breaker. This is magnetic blowout coil. This coils comes in picture when the contact start separating. Okay, as it starts separating, so current is diverted through this coil and it goes in upward direction. While moving up, the arc get cooled and the length of arc get increased and it get splitted. Okay, so this is magnetic blowout type air brake circuit breakers. Okay, this is all about your ACBs. In an ACB, contact separation and arc extinction takes place at atmospheric pressure. This is the important thing. When the contacts are opened, the arc is drawn between them. Advantage of ACBs, it is cheap because air is freely available. ACB is used for high current interruption at low voltages. It is suitable for voltage ranges from 400 volt to 12 kV or 11 kV. Examples: electric furnaces, large motors requiring frequent starting, and in DC circuit up to 12 kV. This is all about your air brake circuit breaker. Now we switch over to the air blast circuit breakers. In this, compressed air or pressurized air at 20 to 30 kg per centimeter square is used for arc extinction. We have axial blast type, cross blast type, and a radial blast type circuit breaker. Okay. Air blast circuit breaker employs high pressure air for arc extinction. Depending upon the direction of the air blast in the relation to quenching of the arc, air blast circuit breakers are classified into following types. This first is axial blast, this is cross blast, and this is radial blast. What is this axial blast? In this, pressurized air is in line with the arc current. Arc current will flow like this because this is fixed contact, this is moving contact. Arc current will go like this. So pressurized air is in line with the arc current, or it is longitudinally to the arc current. In this is fixed contact, this is moving contact. In this means in air cross blast, this is fixed contact, this is moving contact. In this, pressurized air is forced perpendicular to the arc current or arc path. So it is called as cross blast. In a radial blast, both ways. So it is called as double blast type or radial blast. Okay. This operates using high velocity blast of air which quenches the arc, that is 20 to 30 kg per centimeter square. It consists of blast wall, blast tube, and blast contacts. Blast wall contains air at high pressure. Blast tube carries the air at high pressure and opens the moving contact attached to spring. There is no carbonization of surface as in vacuum circuit breaker. Air should be kept clean and dry to operate it properly. This is our ABCB, air blast circuit breaker, one pole of an extra high voltage air blast circuit breaker. In application we have seen it is used for high voltage application, extra high voltage applications. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to 15. This one is tank reservoir, tank air reservoir. 2 is hollow insulator assembly. 3 is this 3 is double arc extinction chamber. Double arc extinction chamber. This 4 is pneumatic rod, pneumatic operating mechanism. 5th one is operating rod. 6th one is pneumatic valve. Then 7th, this is our fixed contact, and these are these two are moving contact. 8. Okay, connection for current. 9 is connection for current. Compression spring, these are springs because this is moving contact, so it will compress. Then this opening air outlet. This is opening air outlet. 11. Then 12 is arcing horns. These are arcing horns. Then 13, this is important. This 13 is important. It is using resistance switching unit. As I told, while switching resistance or resistance switching, high resistance is used for high voltage, high current interruption. So this is your resistance chamber, resistance switching unit, as ABCB is used for high voltage, extra high voltage applications. 14th is enclosure. 15 is port. Where is 15? This is 15 is port. This is all about your ABCB, constructional features of ABCB, air blast circuit breaker. We have cross blast type circuit breaker. This is cross blast type air brake circuit breaker. As air is forced perpendicular to the arc path, it is going from downward direction and arc moving up. This is axial blast type circuit breaker. This is air and arc path is like this. The air is this pressurized air is in line with the arc path, or it is in longitudinal direction to the current. This is second is double blast, or it is axial blast. This is called as double blast or a radial blast. Double axial blast or called as a radial blast. Now we see advantages of ABCB over OCB. The growth of dielectric strength is so rapid that final contact gap needed for arc extinction is very small. This reduces the size of the device. The risk of fire is eliminated. As compared to the oil, it have less maintenance as compared to oil. But while maintenance cost of this air blast circuit breaker is high because it requires pressure valves. High speed operation and facility of high speed recloser. Due to lesser arc energy, air blast circuit breakers are very suitable for condition where frequent operation is required. We are using resistance switching there. The arcing time is very small due to rapid build-up of dielectric strength between contacts. Therefore, the arc energy is only fraction of second than in oil circuit breaker, thus resulting in less burning of contacts. Disadvantages, as I told, considerable maintenance is required for the compressor plant because it supplies compressed air. Okay, so we need more maintenance. Air blast circuit breakers are very sensitive to vibration in the rate of the restriking voltage. Problem up again restriking voltage. Still we are using resistance switching. Upon arc extinction, ABCB produces very noise. So we need silencer near this plant, and we should know we are not using this plant near the residential area. So that's why generally ABCB we are not using. Okay. Problem of current chopping. Okay. Majority of a circuit breaker of this type are beyond 110 kV. Axial blast ABCB are suitable for EHV voltage application with switching resistors for transient voltages. This is the what I explained constructions of this air blast circuit breaker. Okay. Now if you consider for high voltage applications, we have for 400 kV to 760 kV we have SF6 air blast. But out of this two, as air blast have major drawbacks, so we are using, after the invention of SF6, we are using SF6 is preferred over air blast circuit breaker because it requires more maintenance and noise. Also high striking voltage. Thank you. Here we have covered ACB and ABCBs.